Well, you know what? If you didn't leave me to figure it all out by myself, then maybe I can process it a little different. But because I have to deal with it by myself most of the time, this is what you get. I need a break from it. I am so disgusted with her behavior, her lack of respect. Jimmy needs to step up and be involved and take stock in what's going on around him.
Chrissy Lampkin and Jim Jones have been together for a very long time. They've been through a lot, both good and bad. She's been by his side for over 15 years, supporting him through every high and low. But now, something shocking has happened. Jim's own son, Joseph, is no longer staying silent. He's taken a stand against Chrissy, and what he's saying is making waves across social media. Joseph recently spoke out, and he didn't hold back. He said he's fed up with Chrissy's behavior and how she continues to disrespect the people around her. He called her out for always trying to control his dad's life and told Jim that it's time he stepped up and paid attention to what's really going on. If you followed Jim and Chrissy over the years, you know their relationship has never been smooth. Fans have seen them argue, break up, and make up again on shows like Love and Hip Hop. One of the biggest moments was back in 2011 when Chrissy proposed to Jim. That's right, she got down on one knee and asked him to marry her. But even that bold move didn't lead to a wedding. More than a decade later, they're still not married, and people have started to question why. There have also been rumors about money problems. Some people believe Chrissy has too much say in Jim's financial and personal choices. Others say she's the one really making the decisions, not Jim. Over time, it started to seem like she was in charge of everything, from his music career to who he talks to. Joseph has been watching all of this for years. He stayed quiet for a long time, probably out of respect for his dad. But recently, something changed. According to sources, there were rumors about Jim possibly getting too close to another woman, Brooke Bailey. When Chrissy found out, she confronted Jim, and the argument got loud and intense. But this time, Joseph was there to witness it all. That's when things really blew up. Some people say Chrissy didn't just talk to Jim, she went off in public, yelling and causing a scene. And that's when Joseph finally snapped. He couldn't take it anymore. He reportedly told Chrissy that she was too controlling and asked why she still had such a tight grip on his dad's life. He wasn't just frustrated, he was angry. It seemed like Joseph had reached his breaking point. Whether it was because he's older now and sees things more clearly, or because of how Chrissy acted during that argument, something changed in him. He decided he wasn't going to stay silent any longer. Now, fans are divided. Some are on Chrissy's side, saying she's only trying to protect her relationship. Others are backing Joseph, saying he's finally saying what many people have been thinking for years. Either way, this family drama just reached a whole new level.
Is there still pressure for you and Chrissy to get officially married?
No. You married?
I'm not married.
Your mama married?
My mother wasn't married either.
All right, then. So that should answer your question. Why you worried about me getting married?
I knew you was gonna come with it, Jim. I knew you was gonna come with it, but as a female, I still had to ask the question.
You talking to me about something that you haven't fulfilled or your mama hasn't fulfilled. So you should be worried about what's going on in my house. You should try to figure out what's going on in yours.
Okay, but as a fan watching the relationship on television, that is something that fans, we always kind of have that question.
As a fan, you fans need to turn around and see if your mama's married or if your father's married. That's what you fans need to do. And if that's not going on in your household, you fans shouldn't ask me any questions. You dig? I'm only letting people that has grown up in a household that's married, mother and father, and are in a marriage. If you're not...
Things between Chrissy and Jim were already rocky, but what happened recently took everything to a whole new level. According to people close to the situation, Chrissy showed up at Jim's house completely furious. She had heard the rumors about Jim and Brooke Bailey, and she wasn't about to ignore them. She stormed into the house, not just angry, but determined to confront Jim face to face and make sure he knew exactly how she felt. As soon as she walked in, everything turned into chaos. Witnesses say Chrissy immediately started yelling at Jim throwing harsh accusations and making a huge scene. But she didn't stop there. Some say she started tossing furniture around, slamming doors, and knocking over whatever was in her path. It wasn't just an argument. It was a full-blown meltdown. Joseph, Jim's son, had been quiet for years. He never got involved in his father's relationship problems, but seeing things spiral out of control this time, he couldn't stay silent anymore. He reportedly stepped in, trying to calm Chrissy down and ease the tension, but Chrissy didn't. "Take it well," she snapped at him, making it clear that she didn't appreciate him getting in the middle. She told Joseph this was between her and Jim and that he should stay out of it. But Joseph had reached his breaking point. After years of watching the same arguments, the same control, and the same drama, he finally lost his patience. According to sources, in a moment of heated emotion, Joseph slapped Chrissy. The room went completely quiet. Everyone was in shock. No one could believe what just happened. But Joseph wasn't done. He then told Chrissy to leave, making it clear that she was no longer welcome in his father's home. And what shocked everyone even more, Jim didn't stop him. He didn't say a word, didn't try to defend Chrissy, and didn't react. He just stood there silently while Chrissy was left outside, stunned. She waited, expecting Jim to come after her, or at least speak up. But he didn't. His silence said everything. For years, Chrissy had been in charge, taking control of decisions, leading the relationship, and never letting go. But now, she was alone outside, and Jim didn't fight for her. As Chrissy stood there, hoping Jim would react, Joseph turned to his father and reportedly said, "She's been using you for years." Those words hit hard. Joseph had kept his thoughts to himself for so long, but now he was done pretending. He believed Chrissy had been manipulating Jim, emotionally, financially, or maybe both, and he wasn't going to watch it continue. Some of Jim's close friends weren't surprised. They've been warning him for years, telling him that Chrissy was more of a problem than a partner. One insider said, "We've been telling him she's holding him back, but he never wanted to hear it." But now, with Jim saying nothing, even those closest to him are starting to wonder, has he finally opened his eyes? When the news hit the internet, people had mixed reactions. Some felt Joseph went too far, saying that no matter what, it's never okay to get physical. Others praised him for finally doing what Jim never would. And now, people are starting to question Chrissy's role in Jim's life. Has her control finally started to slip? Only time will tell, but one thing is clear. Things will never be the same again.
They are saying that apparently, after Jim Jones and Chrissy broke up, which a lot of people didn't even know they broke up, now he's married or engaged to Brooke Bailey. There's a lot to the story. Let's talk about it. First of all, let's take it back to Jim Jones and Chrissy being together and breaking up, okay? So, people didn't know that these two had broken up because they literally were together for like 20-something years. If you know anything about Chrissy Lampkin is a gangster chick. She used to go with Alpo. Y'all know the movie Paid in Full? She was one of the dudes that the story is based off of, Main Girl in New York back in the day.
So, what now? Jim and Chrissy have been on and off for years, breaking up, making up, arguing in public, and even getting engaged without ever getting married. But this moment feels different. Chrissy has always had a strong hold over Jim, but Joseph stepping in might have broken that control for good. If Jim really wanted to stand up for her, he would have done it then, but he didn't. Some fans believe Joseph just did what Jim never had the courage to do. Others say he went too far. Either way, everything between them just changed, and maybe for good.